Afternoon, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me. If we can start off by just asking you if everybody can make sure that their microphone is on mute, excuse me, so that we don't have any disturbance throughout the webinar. It's nice to see so many familiar faces and names. If you can hear me, let us know in the chat where you are tuning in from, what part of the UK, what part of Europe, what part of the world, if there's anybody joining us from North America, from Canada. Ooh, hello from Sweden. Hi. From Essex, lovely. I'm just going to let a couple more people in for a few more minutes, and then we shall begin shortly. Okay, so let me go ahead and begin to share my screen. Okay, so we will begin. I will just continue letting people in. But good afternoon again. Welcome to this St. Lucia Culinary webinar. For those who do not know me, and it's your first time in one of our webinars, my name is Nicole Compton, and I am the Sales and Marketing Manager for Trade at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Oh, I can just ask everyone to put their microphones on mute.
Ah, ok, perfetto.
I'm just going to stop share for 1 second just so I can mute all. And then we shall continue. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so as I was saying, I am the Sales and Marketing Manager for Trade at St. Lucia Tourism Authority. I look after all you amazing trade partners. I host you on fam trips, events, do webinars like this. Any in-office training or personal training on St. Lucia, I will be the one to conduct that for you. So today we have a special webinar, probably one of my favorites, because I get to talk about one of the things that I love the most, which is food. And food in St. Lucia is like no other. I love how everything is very fresh, it's very farm to table. We do use a lot of the ingredients which are in season in St. Lucia. So we're going to tell you a little bit about what you can find in St. Lucia, and also some properties that will have amazing culinary experiences. You will be hearing from Rabba Hotel, St. Lucia from Hotel Chocolat, from Tracy from Essential Detail. She'll be telling you all about the property and all about the culinary experiences that they offer. Next, we'll be heading to Cap Maison Resort and Spa, and Fiona's going to be telling you all about Cap Maison's fine dining options and some of the experiences that you can have in their private wine cellar, And last but by no means least, we're going to be heading to Calabash Cove Resort and Spa, where you can learn all about their amazing fine dining culinary experiences, where they have lobster on the menu, which doesn't have any additional supplement. So we do have an amazing hour for you. We are also going to be giving away some prizes, so you have to stay till the end to be in a chance of winning. Then make sure you're paying attention as well, because we will be asking some questions for the question answer portion, and the person who puts the correct answer in the quickest time will be the one to win that prize, and we'll tell you all about the prizes in a little while. So for those who've been with us before, I want to just give you a reminder of why St. Lucia. And if it's your first time here, St. Lucia is an award-winning destination. She has year-round tropical weather ranging from mid to high 20 degrees Celsius, all the way up into 30 degrees as well. She technically does have 2 seasons. A rainy season is from June to November, and the dry season is from December through to May. But even during the rainy season, we get little to no rainfall at all, or what we call liquid sunshine, because it is what helps us stay nice and green in St. Lucia. She's a boutique luxury destination with some of the top resorts in the world, and you'll be hearing from some of those amazing resorts here this afternoon. She has world-class gourmet dining and world-class diving facilities as well. But this webinar is focused on culinary this afternoon, so we will be deep diving into that a lot more rather than some of the other things that she offers. So if you do want to find out about any of the other attributes that she does offer, we do have separate webinars where we focus a little bit more on those. She has excellent sporting facilities, also diverse attractions, and a rich history and culture. I'm just going to show you a short video of her, which is hopefully going to inspire you, because she is the only country in the world to be named after a woman, which is why we say, let this beautiful, lush, green woman inspire you to come and visit. And she will inspire you to inspire your clients, your friends, and family to visit as well.
Let her welcome you, warm you, wow you with her sunshine, fun times and vibrant hospitality. Let her excite you, amaze you, surprise you with wonderful adventures on tropical land, sand, and sea. Let her indulge you, treat you, spoil you with her world-class hotels, resorts, and limitless luxury. Let her relax you, restore you, renew you with her nurturing nature, spas, and serene tranquility. Let her delight you, entice you, romance you with her unique charm, magic, and island beauty. She is St. Lucia.
An island beauty she is indeed. She is located in the Eastern Caribbean. She's a fairly small island. She measures about 27 miles long and 14 miles wide. She's an independent nation since 1979 when she gained her independence from the United Kingdom, but she was so popular that she was fought over for many years. She was 7 times British, 7 times French, which is why English is one of the languages that we speak, and it is our main language because the British did she was ceded by the French to the British. However, we do speak broken French, also known as Creole, as part of that French heritage that we once had. She has approximately 180,000 people, but she is beautiful with over 30 beaches, 22 dive sites, 25 waterfalls, rivers, and springs. She's also home to the Caribbean's only dry-through volcano. With over 150 adventures, she is definitely something that inspires you at every corner of every turn. In terms of accommodation, there's over 5,000 rooms available on island, those ranging from your all-inclusives to your boutique properties, to your villas, your inns, your Airbnbs. There's definitely something for everybody. Just to give you a little snapshot of the island, we do have 2 airports in St. Lucia. We have the International Airport George F.L. Charles in the south of the island, and we also have a domestic regional airport in the north of the island in the capital of Castries. We also have 2 marinas, so if you have any clients who are into yachting, they can definitely dock at any of the 2 marinas there, and also the Soufrière Marina as well. St. Lucia is home to our UNESCO World Heritage. These are our 2 twin peak mountains to tower above the Caribbean Sea, and they make us what we call a volcanic island. We are home to the Caribbean's only dry-through volcano, where you can do a sulfuric mud bath in the volcano, and they do say a mud bath makes you come out looking 10 years younger, so a little bit of inexpensive spa for you. She's very lush, she's very green, she's very hilly and mountainous, and you can see that a lot around the island when you're transferring from between the north or the south or the east and the west. You'll be weaving and bobbing through the rainforest, through the mountains as you transfer from one end of the island to another. This is actually through volcano that I mentioned. You can do a tour of the volcano where you learn the history, some of the natural facts, the remedies that they're really good for. You can also have a sulfuric mud bath. And if it's one thing that you must do visiting St. Lucia, I will definitely say a trip to the Sulphur Springs is a must. This is one of my favorite bays in St. Lucia. This is the Marigot Bay area. This has actually been described as one of the prettiest bays in the Caribbean. And this image definitely does not do it justice. That contrast of the lush greenness against the Caribbean Sea, it's just a sight for, just an amazing sight to look at. We do have some beautiful beaches in St. Lucia. We've got a lovely golden sandy beach called Raidwy Beach in the north of the island. This takes you all the way up to Pigeon Island National Park. Now, Pigeon Island was actually a place where the British were stationed when they were fighting for St. Lucia. So there you can still see some of the original ruins, their houses, their cannons, and it is also home to a lot of our events as well. However, because we are a volcanic island and we have that dry-through volcano in the southwest coast, we do have black sandy beaches as well. So you get the best of both worlds. In the north of the island, everything is very pristine. It's calm, it's golden, it's white. And as you head down to the southwest coast, everything's a little bit more rural. You're in the rainforest. You've got the black sandy beaches. You've got the dry-through volcano, the mountains. So I always recommend that if you have clients or if you yourself are looking to travel for at least 7 to 10 days, you can definitely do a twin center holiday in St. Lucia and get 2 very different experiences. This is Pigeon Island National Park that I mentioned earlier. There you can see the original ruins. And we also host a lot of our events there as well. So like a jazz festival, our carnival events, etc. They're all hosted at Pigeon Island. So here is really what we're here to talk about today, the delicious cuisine in St. Lucia. As I mentioned earlier, in St. Lucia, we do a lot of farm to table. Because we are a volcanic island, a lot of our crops do grow quite beautifully. So you get a range of different fruits and vegetables that's in season. They'll influence those in many different ways or many different meals. Because we are surrounded by water, we do a lot of seafood. And during different times of the year, you have various different things that try and season. So it is the start of the lobster season. So a lot of our hotels and restaurants on the island will be serving lobster in many different ways. And it really shows the creativity of the chefs on island and the various different things they can do. They can utilize a coconut in 5 different ways, from using the water in cooking to the pulpy flesh inside to the outside casing to actually display the food. And so I love that in St. Lucia, our chefs can be really creative and really showcase the talent that they have. With that, you also get a range of different cuisines, from Japanese to Chinese to Indian. There's definitely something for everybody. If you have any clients who are vegetarian or vegan, definitely let the hotels know before arrivals. They can make sure they personalize their stay as much as possible for them. And I have seen some of the most creative menus in St. Lucia, and I love some of the fine dining options you get at some of these hotels, but nothing beats local food. Our national dish in St. Lucia is green fig and saltfish, also known as green bananas and salted cod. Yes, we do eat bananas in St. Lucia in many different ways. Bananas is one of our main produce that we produce in St. Lucia. So you can find banana ketchup, you can use bananas in its green stage and its ripe stage. So we do use it as much as possible. We have various different independent restaurants around the island who offer amazing local meals. A lot of the vegetables are locally grown in St. Lucia. The fish is caught that morning, or the meat is actually purchased from a local farmer. So we really try to make sure that everything does a full circle and we really give back, and we use what we have in St. Lucia. You can get many hearty dishes as well, fresh dishes. And if a lot of our resorts, they also sometimes do offer local elements and local aspects to their menus as well, just to give you a little taste of St. Lucia while on property. If you want to be able to purchase your own fruit and vegetables and local condiments, definitely heading down to the Cash Street Market is the place to do so. You can purchase that banana ketchup that I mentioned. We also do hot pepper sauce, which I'm probably going to be biased if I say this, but is the best in the Caribbean. We also do a green seasoning as well that you can use in different things, and many different spices, locally grown nutmeg and cinnamon and turmeric and various different things. You can find those all at the Castries Market. Now, this is some of my favorite foods that I enjoyed on my last trip to St. Lucia. So I wanted to just share those with you and show you that the range of different culinary experiences you can actually expect in St. Lucia, and we can cater to any dietary requirement. Often when we do family trips, we've got people with various different dietary requirements. As long as we let the hotels know, they're able to be as creative as they can. The most amazing meals where you wouldn't even know that it's a vegetarian dish or a vegan dish or even a dish which is gluten-free. So that was some of my favorite food dishes on my most recent fam trip to St. Lucia. Now, with food, you need something to wash it down with. So you have to have an alcoholic beverage, whether it's one of our cocktails made from Chairman's Reserve rum, or our Bounty rum, or even trying one of our cream liqueurs. The Marigot Bay cream liqueur is probably my new favorite. I'm not normally a creamy drink person, but the spice version is absolutely amazing. So if you do have an opportunity to try one or to head to St. Lucia, make sure you try the Marigot Bay. And you also cannot leave the island without having a Pitot Bear. It is named after our famous Pitot Mountains, and it's a very nice, light, refreshing lager that even if you're not a lager drinker, I definitely recommend trying a Pitot Bear. Or we also have a Pitot Shandy as well for those who really detest beer. A couple of culinary experiences that we do have in St. Lucia that I want to touch on. We have a couple of chocolate experiences. So Project Chocolat at Hotel Chocolat. You can do a bean to bar experience, and I'm sure Tracy will tell you a little bit more about that, so I won't go into much detail. That's located in Soufrière, so it's perfect for anybody who's on the southwest coast of the island, or who may just be going down for a day by boat or on a bus tour. We've also got Howardton Estate. This is an old cocoa plantation estate located in Castries. Just above the capitals, you get an amazing view of the city of Castries. You can do another bean to bar experience and make your own bar of chocolate. And they do have a really amazing little, I'd say like a museum slash shop where you can purchase locally made products from artists. So there's a batik artist in St. Lucia, and she makes these really amazing batik bags. You can purchase some of those, coconut oil, because they show you how they use the coconut in various different ways. So as much as you get to do a bean to bar experience, you also get an amazing cultural experience as well at Howardton Estate. So it's definitely one I recommend. You can do Cook Like a Lucian, which is a local culinary class where they teach you how to cook St. Lucian dishes. So you'll cook something local, whether it's green banana and salted cod, or you might do some bakes and saltfish. It will be very St. Lucian dishes that you can go home and show off to your friends. We've also got a rhythm and rum tour that you can do, and so that's down at the St. Lucia Distillers, where you can actually taste every bottle of rum and alcohol that we made in St. Lucia. So that slide I showed you previously with the Chairman's and the Bounty and the Marigot Bay, after you do that experience, you can actually taste them. And then there's an amazing shop at the end that if you do like them, you can purchase as many bottles as you like to take home with you. So that's definitely something that I also recommend that you do in St. Lucia. We do have something called Cabaret Crawl, where we encourage visitors to visit some of our bars in St. Lucia, some of our local, what we call a cabaret crawl is Creole term for a pub crawl. Cabaret means like a shack or a house. And then we encourage people just to head out and try some of the local beers and local drinks. We have some of the most amazing mixologists that make the most spectacular cocktails. And sometimes they do get really creative, and they would substitute traditional full name brand rum for a St. Lucian local rum, and it just tastes absolutely amazing. We've also got a list of independent restaurants around the island, from pizzerias to ice cream parlors to places that steakhouses to fast food places like Domino's Pizza, KFC. There's a range of different things on island. I do encourage visitors to definitely try some of the local food, whether it's in the resort or in independent restaurants. And yeah, just let us know what you think. St. Lucia's food is influenced by many different cuisines, East African, Creole, African food. So we do use a lot of spices and a lot of flavors in our food. So if you're in St. Lucia, you'll definitely enjoy the culinary aspect of the island. Just to round up our year-round calendar of events, we are shortly going into Creole Heritage Month in October. That runs throughout the whole month of October, culminating with the Creole Day on the last Sunday of the month, which is the 29th of October. We have the Girls' Day Street Party that takes place every Friday night. So if you can strategically plan for your clients to be in the north of the island on a Friday night, they can definitely head down to Grosley and experience the street party. And also the Atlantic Rally for Cruisers that comes to St. Lucia every December. It's been their home for over the last 30 years. So we're always quite happy to welcome them to St. Lucia. And it gives those who aren't sailors or who aren't sailing a chance to actually meet their family in St. Lucia, and they can really enjoy Christmas in the tropics. Moving into 2024, we've got the dates for our two probably flagship festivals of the year, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. That will be taking place from the end of April to the 12th of May. And also the St. Lucia Carnival will be taking place throughout the whole month of July. However, the parade days are the 15th and the 16th of July next year. So I know 11 months in advance, sometimes you can book flights only, and also 2 or 3 years for accommodation. So if you have any clients who are interested in jazz music or want to experience the carnival, definitely get to booking now. I know a lot of resorts are seeing really strong bookings for next year. So if you want to make sure you give your client an experience to remember, these are 2 events that I recommend for next year. Just a couple of quick useful facts before I finish. We have direct flights out of the UK, US, and Canada, and the Caribbean. From the UK, it is with British Airways, Virgin Atlantic, and TUI. Those go directly into Heronora International. British Airways and TUI all fly from London Gatwick, and Virgin Atlantic offers a seasonal service from London Heathrow in the winter. So this service will be starting around the end of November this year, with a drop in Barbados, and then from the 4th of December it will be going 3 to 4 times a week from London Heathrow directly into St. Lucia. Now, the transfer time from the airport to Castries, for example, the capital, can take you about 90 minutes by road and ferry. However, there is a helicopter transfer option, which takes just about 10 minutes from the international airport to the domestic airport. And that does cut out a lot of the road transfer for your clients. And also it's a really nice aerial view of the island. It really gives you a sense of how green and how lush the island is. In terms of currency, we accept two currencies in St. Lucia, the Eastern Caribbean dollar and the US dollar is accepted island-wide. You can change US dollars from the airport before arriving into St. Lucia. And if you were to use any of the ATMs on island, you will get Eastern Caribbean back. However, they do accept both currencies throughout, so you can pay in either or. And in terms of passports, British and Irish passport holders and also European do not require a visa to travel to St. Lucia. All that we ask is that your passport is valid for the duration of your trip. We've also got some great connections with North America with the likes of American, JetBlue, United, and Delta from amazing hubs like Miami, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Atlanta, etc. So if you have clients who are possibly looking for a twin center, you can definitely twin us with North America. Just a quick reminder, please encourage your clients to complete the electronic immigration form at least 3 days before departure. This has replaced the paper forms that you would normally get on the aircraft, and it just speeds up everything for them. They'll get an email back with a QR code. They'll present that QR code on arrival to immigration or customs officers, and all their details and everything will be on there. So they still have a couple of forms that you can you still have time to be able to complete those at the airport in St. Lucia if you haven't done so before. As far as I'm aware, the forms have now been removed from the aircraft, so you wouldn't get any of those. However, it just takes about 5 or 10 minutes to complete, and then you get the email with your QR code. You don't necessarily have to print out anything, so just a reminder for your clients. And just a little image of those transfers that I mentioned earlier, the fun to see ferry transfer from the south between the south and the north of the island, and so the helicopter transfer as well. If you're not a St. Lucia expert yet, please go ahead and register, do the online training program. We do some amazing cash rewards, quarterly rewards, monthly rewards, and every year we look at the top 10 sellers and we invite them to our Global Peter Awards, where we just award you for your sales to St. Lucia and your commitment in actually booking St. Lucia and recommending St. Lucia to your clients. So stluciaexpert.com is the key site that you need to remember from this webinar. And also, we're about to come to the end of our St. Lucia Agent Months. This runs from June to November. It's where we offer special agent rates and discounts on excursions, restaurants, hotels in St. Lucia. We do have quite a few participating resorts, restaurants, and excursions. I will share the booklet in my follow-up email with you guys. So if you are planning a trip between now and the end of November, you can definitely take advantage of some of those discounts. So that is the end from me. Hopefully I've inspired you and given you a little taste of St. Lucia's culinary experience. We'd love for you to stay connected with us. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Definitely remember St. Lucia Expert if you've not done the training course as well as yet. And also if you've done for the electronic immigration form, that can be found on our website, stlucia.org. And any questions, queries, if you want to tell me about an amazing booking that you have, or you just want to talk about how much you love St. Lucia, I'm always an email away. So thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that we have some amazing questions. I did forget to mention the beginning, but if you do have any questions throughout the webinar, definitely pop them in the chat, and either myself or one of the hotel partners will go ahead and we'll do our best to answer that for you. Anything that we can't answer today, we will definitely get that answered. So thank you so much. And I'm going to now hand over to Tracy, who's going to tell you all about Araba Hotel, St. Lucia from Hotel Chocolat.
Okay, are we all good there?
Yep, all good.
Okay, got to move on already. There you go. Right. Okay. For those that don't know me, I'm Tracy, and I represent the lovely Rabot Hotel in St. Lucia from Hotel Chocolat. I think you're most probably all quite familiar with Hotel Chocolat here in the UK. I might have to just come off screen. I just want to warn you because my slides are quite large, so it just sort of goes better if I'm not there. So I'm just going to take myself off, and hopefully things will load a little bit for me now. Okay, so Ribot Hotel from Hotel Chocolate. The Ribot estate in St. Lucia is one of the largest, oldest, it is the oldest, and one of the largest working cacao farms on the island. It actually dates back many, many years ago. And back in 2006, our British chocolate retailers, Hotel Chocolat, as you know them, and I'm sure you recognize the logo on the screen in front of you, bought this fantastic 140-acre estate in the south of St. Lucia. The founders of Hotel Chocolate bought the estate really because they wanted to really get under the skin of farming the cacao. So for them to really understand this and understand how the whole crop worked for them, they wanted to just sort of farm it themselves in a large expansive area. And they wanted to know how to refine it and the ways of how to make it grow kinder, if you like, for our planet. In 2010, their focus was very much on really getting the estate into a good working order and farming. But during this process, they actually discovered that they could be very, very creative with the cacao. And this starts really with the root of the plant. And you can see the plant there on the left-hand side. And not really, perhaps for those of you who've not seen chocolate before, would actually think that is how chocolate actually starts out. So it can be all different colors. The one you've got there is the yellow and the orange. And basically, they learned that they could farm this and resource it and then use it in several ways, all the plants, right from the root, right through the plant of the cacao. They could use it in flavoring their dishes, and these dishes could be flavored in a sweet way or a savory way and just infused with the cacao. And this is how cacao cuisine was actually born. Later on in 2010, they carried on with the farming, and a year later, beyond that, they decided that they wanted to really explore further. And their inspiration from this cuisine that they discovered, they decided to build a small hotel at this point. So you've got to imagine this hotel is set 1,000 feet above sea level. It's nestled amongst the cocoa groves. And they originally restored the very much original, if you like, accommodation that was there, or the little houses. So these are all originals, and there's 6 of them. And they've made lovely lodges out of these 6 little units, if you like, that they had there. These units are on the lower level of the slope. So if you do send any clients here with walking challenges, I would say you do need to book the lodges, which are the lead-in rooms, because the other rooms are elevated up on the hill. But these are 6 spacious lodges. They then went on, after building and renovating these lodges into these amazing spacious hotel rooms, they then went on to build a restaurant, which you can see here. And it's very much got a very lovely iconic view of Petit Piton. And from here, and again, it's very elevated. So you're set up 1,000 meters above sea level. You've got this lovely elevated view. It is extremely romantic and absolutely stunning. We will get onto the food in a little bit of time, okay? Moving on, they then, after building the 6 lodges, they then decided that they needed the success. They needed to build some more lodges. So they built some luxe lodges up on the hill, and initially just adding 7. So these are the 7 lodges. It is about 30 to 50 steps up. So as I said to you, anyone that does have walking challenges, just be wary. We do have a little golf buggy that can go up and down, but I would book the lead-in rooms for anyone that is, as I said, has any challenges with walking. So today, the actual property itself has 25 lodges. These are the luxe lodges set up on the hill with absolutely amazing views over the Petit Pitons, really substantial living space. And we do have an amazing infinity pool there as well. So 25 lodges, there's a spa, infinity pool, restaurant and bar. There is no immediate beach on our doorstep, though we do have a beach set up, and we do offer complimentary beach transfers down to this lovely sandy beach that does have a restaurant down there. There's all the chairs, there's a certain amount of water sports down there, and anything that you need to take food-wise, etc., can be billed back to the hotel. So you don't even need to take your wallet with you. You can actually just bill it back. So we may have really changed the infrastructure of the original estate, but in the heart of it all remains this cacao cuisine. And it really is the core of what our guests go for at this hotel and restaurant. And if I'm really honest with you, I've just come back and I would say there's really no place where guests are not thrown into a world of really being inspired by cacao and chocolate. And I'm not a huge chocolate fan, to be honest with you. I expect most of you are on the website here. So what is the key to the ingredients? And just to really give you a bit of a learning curve about chocolate, it's all to do with these nibs that you can see here in front of you. And they're like really nature's chocolate chips. And lovely to eat and munch on, but they're normally fermented and then they're crushed into like a cocoa liquor before being made into chocolate. So that's the form that you would know them as. But with the cocoa nibs themselves have a very distinctive texture and taste. And as I said, they're a natural piece of the actual cacao bean. And they're very crunchy. If you're lucky enough to go and try one, they're very crunchy. They're quite hard. They're sort of hard as most what nuts would be that you would eat just generally day to day. But they're very easy to nibble on as a snack. And in terms of flavor, they have like a roasted bitter chocolate taste with sort of a hint of fruity notes. So you've got quite a lot of varied things jumping around on your palate in your mouth. So we incorporate these nibs within our cooking. And we make marinades for our meats and our fish that we serve in the restaurant. And it gives them a very rich cocoa flavor. And I think you can look at those dishes and think they're absolutely stunning. We also infuse them in the oils and the dips, and we sprinkle them over salads. And it gives them texture and provides like a nutty flavor. And of course, we also turn them into chocolate. And sorry, I hope you've all had lunch already, but we turn them into chocolate and we have these delicious desserts. We make amazing cocktails, which you can also buy bottled and take away with you. And this is an area of the bar area down at the restaurant, sorry, up at the restaurant at Ribaud. So Ribaud Hotel offers all board bases from bed and breakfast through to all-inclusive, and you don't have to just fix on one. So if a client wants to be all-inclusive for a couple of days and then wants to go on bed and breakfast because they want to venture out, that's fine. You just let us know the days that they want to break the board basis onto a different board basis. The restaurant's open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. We do get a lot of external diners and we welcome them. It is an experience in itself just to come and visit the restaurant. But I would recommend that if you are staying at another hotel or your guests are staying at another hotel and they're coming here for dinner, that they do make an advance reservation in the restaurant. So Ribaud Hotel gives back a lot and supports the local community. Over 90% of our ingredients are actually locally sourced produce, and that includes things like chicken and pork as well. The only things that we really tend to import are some of the red meats and some of the dairy products, and that's because they're not available on the island. But we are trying to get really locally as much as we possibly can. So the food we serve is really, really fresh, and the majority of it has a very low carbon footprint as well. We use a lot of fruit and vegetables and herbs from the estate itself, and a lot of our produce is also supplied by the friends and family of the 150 local staff that we employ at Project Chocolate and at Ribaud Hotel. We have a partnership with an organisation called Helen's Daughters, and we actually have 2 apprentices working on the estate at Project Chocolate, and we purchase fruit and vegetables that are grown from them. Helen's Daughters, if none of you are aware what that is a non-profit making organisation. It connects actually 120 female farmers across the island. It's a Caribbean wide, I think, but it's particularly very much so in St. Lucia. And it is really to improve the supply chain for the food. And we partnership with them to grow what we need to support Project Chocolate and Hotel Chocolate. And really last but not least, I just wanted to leave you with, watch this space. We have at Project Chocolate our cacao cuisine street food, if you like, street food menu. And at Project Chocolate, we will be launching our first cacao pizza. So a chocolate type of pizza is on its way. We've got some current offers in the marketplace. So if any of you, and they'll be going through right through to the September sales. So if any of you have got any bookings, look out for the offers. There's a discount, slight discount on rate, though we do try to keep more on the added value facts. I will be giving a voucher away later for a room upgrade, which Nicole will tell you about a bit later on. But if during the sales you do have any issues with some of those big airline companies that have maybe a slight advantage during September with cheaper airfares, let us know. If we can help you to retain your client, we will do. If it's giving you a room upgrade from a lodge to a luxe lodge, giving you a credit to the spa, or maybe an F&B credit, so they're, you know, they can actually experience the food and cuisine and that cacao cuisine at Hotel Chocolate, Rabault Hotel from Hotel Chocolate. Okay, any questions I'll answer at the end, or give me a shout. Thank you very much for your time, and thanks, Nicole, for allowing us to introduce. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Tracy. That was absolutely amazing. I think I speak for quite a few when I say that we're all a little hungry now after seeing all that chocolate. But thank you very much. Guys, don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them into the chat and we will go ahead and answer those throughout the webinar for you. And without further ado, we're now going to be heading to Cap Maison with Fiona.
That's great. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm just going to share my screen and then we can get started. Fantastic. So as Nicole said, hello, I'm Fiona. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager at Van Isaac Exclusive, and we represent the lovely Cap Maison located in the north of St. Lucia. So to get here takes about an hour and a half. So you'd fly into the airport in the south, and it's about an hour and a half private transfer up to Cap Maison. Otherwise, you can get a boat up to Rodney Bay, then a 10-minute transfer, or a helicopter up to Castries Airport, and then a 20-minute transfer from there. And of course, the helicopter is always the best way to go. We're about 10 minutes from Rodney Bay, and we have 50 keys at Cap Maison as well. We're also located close to 2 championship golf courses, so great for your golfing clients as well. So here we have an overview of the resort. Like I said, we have 50 keys. On the side here, we have the Cliff at Cap, which is our fine dining restaurant, and we'll talk a bit more about that later. Here we have Salman House, which is our 4-bedroom villa. And down here in the sea, if you've spotted it already, is Rock Maison, our private dining platform. So down here on the left-hand side, we have the beach, and on the beach we have the Naked Fisherman, which is an award-winning beach bar and grill. And you probably noticed there is a few steps to get down to the beach, so please do bear this in mind for your clients. So we're going to briefly just talk about the rooms before we move on to the culinary options at Cap Maison. We have 50 rooms, as I said, and here we have how they're laid out. So we have a garden view room, which will interconnect to a 1-bedroom suite, which will also have a pool outside, and that can also outer connect to a junior suite. So you can take each of the rooms individually, or you can link them together to become a villa. So you can have 3 bedrooms or go upstairs and take it as a 6-bedroom villa. The hotel has been very comprehensively refurbished over the past year, so the rooms are looking really fresh and modern compared to what they did before. We're going to be completing the refurbishments next year by finishing the kitchens and the bathrooms as well. So a lot of the rooms have absolutely beautiful sea views, of course, as you'd expect in St. Lucia. And this is my very favourite room type. So here we have our 1-bedroom suite with the rooftop pool and terrace. If you have a 1-bedroom suite on the ground floor, you have a pool in the garden area. But I prefer the one on the roof, of course, because you get the spectacular views out towards Pigeon Island that you can see there. And you also get this lovely private pool on the roof. On this roof terrace as well, since we're on the culinary webinar, we could also provide you with a private barbecue. So the chef will come and create you an absolutely spectacular barbecue in the evening if you wish as well. Of course, room service is available, and this is for a small charge, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or drinks, of course, throughout the daytime. And let's talk a little bit about Saman House. So we have a beautiful standalone villa, which has 4 bedrooms and is in the best location in the resort. It has sweeping views out towards the ocean and Pigeon Island. It's where the owners used to stay when they were when they lived at Cap Maison before moving to Antigua. And it has a fully equipped kitchen, so you can get the chef to come in and cook for you there if you wish. So we have 2 communal pools at Cap Maison. We have the courtyard pool, which has this lovely courtyard pool, as you can see, and the sun lounges that go around the outside. And we have the cliff top infinity pool and the cliff at Cap fine dining restaurant is here on the right hand side. So we have a number of steps to get down to the beach, but once you're down there, you're in for a treat because we have the award-winning coolest beach bar in the Caribbean, the Naked Fisherman. Now there is a bit of a story behind this beach bar and grill. When we first opened the resort, there were a number of fishermen that used to fish and dive into the water in the nude. But that unfortunately or fortunately has desisted, and now there's no more Naked Fisherman. But there is a fabulous beach bar and grill down here, and it's more of a casual restaurant. It opens at 10 a.m. and it stays open to the early hours. Sometimes we have live music down there as well, but it is and they always light the tiki torches in the evening. It's a really special experience, and the cocktails are absolutely fabulous. Down on the beach, we also have non-motorized water sports, and you can snorkel straight from the beach as well. So one of our absolutely extra special private dining experiences is on Rock Maison, the private dining platform on the edge of the sea. It looks straight out over Pigeon Island. It is very private. It's hard to see it from the cliff at the top, but it is so special. It's lit up by torches. You can see the stars, and it's really, really special indeed. There's a number of steps to get down there again, and you do have to walk across the rocks, but it is a beautiful experience, very, very romantic, and we get a lot of wedding proposals down here as well. So you might be able to make up the zip line, which is just here. This is not for our clients, of course. This has a basket that goes from the restaurant at the top down to the platform. And in it, we have champagne, so we can do champagne at sunset. And also, we quite often get wedding proposals coming down there as well. And here's another setup. Just off screen, you can't see it here, but just down here in the corner, we also have a sort of somewhere you can sit in the sea. So it's like I would say like a hot tub, but it's not hot. It's fresh seawater, and in there we have some seats built out of the rock, and also a little glass holder as well for your glass of champagne. So here on the left hand side, you can see the basket that goes up and down with the champagne in it, and an example of some of our cocktails here on the right hand side. So down in the wine cellar, so the wine cellar is called Cellar Maison, and down there we can offer wine tasting classes with our sort of standard wines, with or we can do meals with wine pairings, or we can do fine wine tastings as well. So there's a lot we can offer down in our beautiful wine cellar. We also create our own rum as well, and I would thoroughly recommend trying this when you are on site. It's very strong, but very delicious. And of course, in the rooms, we always include a complimentary bottle of our homemade rum punch. We also provide cookery classes as well for our clients if you want to learn how to make lovely Caribbean food. Moving on now to the piece de resistance. This is the Cliff at Cap, the fine dining restaurant. You can see it here on the edge of the cliff, and this is where the champagne zip line is going down to Rock Maison. So here we have Caribbean Chef of the Year, Craig Jones. He's a Welsh Rastafarian vegetarian bodybuilder. You can see him a mile off, and he is an absolutely superb chef. Because he's vegetarian, it does mean that our vegetarian clients are particularly well looked after here, and we have a whole separate menu for them. So do let us know if you have vegetarian or vegan clients before they come, so we can put these menus together for them. But they do get plenty of choice here, and you're not going to be short on options. This fine dining restaurant as well has beautiful views out over Pigeon Island and the coastline, and it's part of our refurbishment project. So we painted the roof white and we've provided new furniture in here as well, as you can see. So just to the right-hand side of the cliff at Cap, we have another deck, which is our private dining deck, where you can have a family breakfast here, which quite often happens on fan trips. Or you can have just a private dinner for a couple made for you and served in the privacy of this deck just around the corner from the cliff at Cap. We've also refurbished our great cocktail bar as well. As you can see here, it's now very green, and the cocktails here, of course, are absolutely wonderful. Here's an image of some of the lovely options that we have available in our restaurants. It's also important to note that the dining options at Cap Maison start at half board. So if you're going out for dinner in the evening, then you can always switch that for lunch. But you can eat in either the Cliff at Cap or the Naked Fisherman. We can also upgrade from half board to all-inclusive as well. And because we're only 10 minutes from Rodney Bay, we are just around the corner from the Groselay Street Party. So you can try a lot of local food there as well. So here's some of the offers that we have at Cap Maison at the moment. They are year-round offers, apart from the festive season. So you can save up to 25% and also enjoy complimentary transfers as well if you're staying for more than 5 nights in a 1-bedroom suite. So one way in a car, one way in a helicopter, not a bad way to stay. And if you have clients who are on honeymoon, then we will include champagne via zip wire on Rock Maison as well. And that's Cap Maison in a short nutshell. I hope you have learned something new today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, please add them to the chat box and we'll get to them at the end. Thank you so much. And over to you, Nicole.
Thank you, Fiona. Oh, lovely. I can see quite a lot of people are just inspired. We actually don't have any questions today. Guys, if you think of anything after the webinar, you can definitely reach out to any one of us and we would love to answer those for you. Now, last but by no means least, we are going to be heading to Calabash Cove with Jade.
Thank you, Nicole. I will just share my screen. Oh, why have I got that? Is that in the way? I've got a bar that's going across the top, but I'm guessing you guys can't see that. So hello everybody, my name is Jade and I am the Business Development Manager in the UK for Calabash Cove. I'm very easy to contact should you need anything. My email address is there on screen. You can pick up the phone to me as well with my telephone number, and also if you connect with me on Facebook, we put all of the latest updates for Calabash on there as well. So Calabash Cove, I'm sure you've all heard of it, and if you haven't, it's exactly why we're here to tell you about how wonderful it is. It's a very small 26 all-suite property, so it's very boutique, very luxury and very intimate, and it is also adults only. So the location, we're 1 hour and 20 minutes from Culinary International Airport and 10 minutes from George Charles Airport as well. So we're located in the northwest of the island. The unique selling points are our location. So we're located along the beautiful Bonaire Bay. It's very, very private, perfect for couples, romance, anybody that's celebrating a honeymoon or is looking for that completely romantic adult-only escape, then this would be the perfect choice for them. We do weddings, honeymoons and vow renewals as well. It's quite a slimmed down presentation to focus a bit on the culinary, but if anybody's interested in the weddings, vow renewals and honeymoon packages that we offer, we can share those with you by Nicole. So you can see just a few images here of the gardens. One thing I love about this property is its beautiful, luscious gardens. It's very green and very tranquil and calming, and it's just so quiet and peaceful. So this is a very luxury resort, but it's also very laid back, which I really love. So as I mentioned, we only have 26 rooms on property with 3 different room categories. So there are not too many for people to choose from, but every single one of our rooms offer these amazing benefits. I won't read through them all, but you can see them on screen. But every single room does have a jacuzzi tub, which is fantastic, amazing views, a very large king size bed, and other things which I'll just show you now as we go through. So our lead-in room type, which is fantastic for a lead-in room, is our Sunset Ocean View Junior Suite. So you can see here the private balcony, the king bed, and the beautiful ocean views that you get in this room category. And that's just looking at it from the other way. And the wonderful uninterrupted views of the Caribbean Sea. So the next category is our Swim Up Junior Suite. So as the name suggests, these rooms, you do have access to the swim up pools with these suites. And again, the most amazing views. And our highest room category is our Water's Edge Cottage with private pool. So these are our highest room category, as I mentioned, and they are the creme de la creme. So with this one, you get a separate living area with private deck. You also get the outdoor rain shower and private pool. And the location of these are just steps away from the ocean as well. So these are really intimate, and really, if you've got honeymooners, then this would be the perfect room category for them. So here's just a few more images. So as you can see, that just screams honeymoon, romance. It is just perfect for those that are celebrating anything romantic. And the private plunge pool with the most amazing views of the ocean and the sunsets as well. So talking on the food, that's why we're here today mostly, to learn about the food experiences at this property. So we offer premium food, and there's no extra charges for any of the premium food and drinks at this property, which is fantastic. So the actual rates on the contract as standard come as bed and breakfast, but there is an all-inclusive option as well, which most of the clients tend to go for. We only have the one restaurant on property, being a small boutique luxury hotel that we are. So our Windsong restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And you can see this setting here, which is just wonderful because you're right next to the ocean and the views are amazing. So to highlight on the all-inclusive, what's included, so all of the meals and all of your beverages, including the high-end premium branded drinks. Room service is included and daily specials. So I would highly recommend your guests to take a look at the daily specials at this restaurant, because they are just fantastic, and you can't always get them. So it's definitely worth trying them when you're here. Guests also get a stocked in-room minibar, and they can choose from over 20 different wines by the bottle as well from the wine list that is included as part of the all-inclusive. And we even offer a daily lobster dish during lobster season. So again, there are no surcharges for this luxury. And if a client wants to eat lobster every single day during lobster season with a really fine wine from the 20 on the wine list, they can absolutely do that. So it's an international cuisine that does have a local flair. And what I really love is that the ingredients are local and fresh, and that is what is used in every single one of our dishes. So anybody that's looking for something a little bit more special, we do offer a romantic experience under the stars. So this is a private romantic dinner for 2. They will get an appetizer, a main course and a dessert, and their table will be very nicely decorated, and this will happen of an evening with a candlelit dinner, and it's just the most beautiful location overlooking the Caribbean Sea. So if you've got anybody that would like to do that, the cost is $240. So this is our sea bar. So this is where people hang out and grab a drink. It's a really good atmosphere and has a really lovely vibe. And it's just above the actual Windsong restaurant itself. So when you're having your evening meal, you actually get some live entertainment with dinner as well, whilst looking at that amazing Caribbean Sea. It's such a beautiful location. So just to kind of summarise who Calabash Cove would be most suitable for, again, I'm not going to read all of these, but just to pinpoint some of them. So Calabash Cove really is for the sophisticated traveller, those that have a healthy budget, and that's really looking for that luxury in a laid back, intimate boutique setting. We do work with travel agents. So again, you know, if you've got repeat customers or you wanted to do something special for your agents, we can arrange that all for you. So please contact me, and if you'd like to have a note put in their room on your behalf, and arrange for a bottle of wine to be put in the room for them, we can absolutely assist you with that as well. So just to touch on our rewards program quickly, Calabash Cove Rewards. If you haven't registered, please go on and check it out. Not only does it hold a training tool and a resource centre with all of the hotel images, the fact sheet and the videos, we also reward you for each of your bookings. So you can actually earn up to £35 per booking on this reward program. So if you've made a booking, make sure you log it and then we can pay the reward to you. And agent rates, this is something that I always mention when we do any of our webinars. We know that if you haven't been and you haven't experienced, we know that you need to see it to sell it really. So we would encourage you to come and stay with us. We have an amazing agent rate that's all inclusive for 2 adults, which is $304 per room per night, which is fantastic. So if you're visiting the destination and would like to spend a night or 2 with us, we would welcome you with open arms and would love for you to experience a stay with us. So if anybody wants to do that, just please pop your date request on an email to me, and then we will check the availability with the hotel and come back and confirm it with you. And that is all from me, a very shortened down version of the Calabash presentation. So back to you, Nicole. Thank you, everyone.
Lovely. Thank you, Jay. That was amazing. I mean, everybody's just in awe today. They're just enjoying seeing all these beautiful resorts and all these amazing culinary experiences. So thank you all, Jay, Tracy, and Fiona, for sharing that with us this afternoon. Okie dokie, so we've just got the last little section left where we're going to give away some prizes. So I hope that everyone tuned in was listening from the start. What we're going to do is we're going to ask, each one of us are going to ask a question, and we'll first tell you what we're giving away, and we're going to ask a question, and the first person to put the correct answer in the chat box will be the winner of that prize. If we can kindly ask, if you have already won a prize, give somebody else a chance so that we can make sure everybody gets a chance to, you know, enjoy some of the love we have giving out this afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and go first. I will be giving away a lovely bottle of St. Lucia rum. I will try to get that out by tomorrow, at least it's Thursday, so at least you'll have that for the bank holiday weekend, and you can dream of St. Lucia, and hopefully as you've got to near the end of the bottle, you can go online and book your clients to St. Lucia or book yourself to St. Lucia. So that's the plan, intended plan. But my question is, I should have thought of that before. My question is, what is we have a special condiment in St. Lucia that's made out of one of a fruit that we, I didn't finish it yet, but a fruit that we produce a lot on island. What is that condiment called? I think the answer that I was looking for is banana ketchup. So thank you. Yes, we make banana ketchup in St. Lucia. And the first person I can see who has banana ketchup is Laura. So Laura, congratulations. You have won yourself a bottle of St. Lucia rum. So I will be in touch, and I'll go ahead and get your details in an email this afternoon to send that out to you in the next few days. So I hope you do enjoy it and think of St. Lucia while you're drinking it. So I'm going to head over now to, let's go in reverse a little bit, and I'll go to Jade. So Jade, if you'd like to tell us what you're giving away, and then go ahead and ask your question, and I'll keep a lookout in the answers.
Thank you. So I'm giving away a £50 prize via Calabash Cove Rewards. So the person that wins will have £50 credited to their account. And my question is, on the all-inclusive plan at Calabash Cove, not including all meals and drinks, what are 2 inclusions on the all-inclusive plan, please?
Oh. People have gone straight in. Do you see the correct answer yet?
Yes, there's some different variations. But I think, you know, Rebecca, there's 20 different ones, but that is correct. Lobster and wine by the bottle was included. So yes, Rebecca, well done.
Right. Congratulations, Rebecca. I'm just taking a note down of your name. Perfect. So you've won yourself a £50 Calabash Cove rewards. So I'll share your details with Jade at the end of the webinar, and she'll go ahead and let you know how you can activate that or to claim your prize. So congratulations, and thank you so much for listening. So thank you, Jade. We're now going to be heading to Cap Maison with Fiona.
Great. So we have a £50 Amazon voucher to give away. So my question is, what is the wine cellar called at Cap Maison?
Oh God, people have gone straight in.
There was a bit of a pause then.
There was.
I thought maybe no one knew. Turns out everyone does. It's just a pause. That's correct. I think Carol got in there first, Carol Smith. So that's great. Thank you so much, Carol.
Perfect. Thank you, Carol. Congratulations. Again, I will share your details with Fiona, and she will go ahead and arrange the delivery of your prize for you. So perfect. Thank you, Fiona, and thank you, Carol, for answering that correctly. And we're now heading to Rabba Hotel with Tracy.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're giving away, I mean, why can we not give away? You'll all want a lovely large box of hotel chocolate. So we will be sending that to somebody, but that will be for you. And then for you to help convert a booking, we're going to also give you a voucher for a room upgrade from a Luxe cottage, from a lodge to a Luxe lodge. So from one of the ones down the bottom to one of those lovely, magnificent ones set up on the hill. And my question is, when we are cooking at our hotel, what is the main ingredient that we use to infuse and marinate all our food?
Wow. People have gone straight in.
Right. I think Nick, actually the first answer coming in, actually got it right. It is the cacao nib. So I was actually looking for the whole thing, not just the nib. But
Perfect.
Anyway, I think, is that right? I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've got Nick too. Congratulations, Nick. You'll be getting yourself a lovely box of Hotel Chocolat chocolates. If you do want to share, I can share my address as well. But congratulations. And you also get that a lovely upgrade that you can share, you can use for your client as well.
Need an address, Nick, because obviously I can't send the chocolates by email.
Yes, I will share your details with Tracy this in the next hour or so, and then she will be in touch to get your address to send it over to you. So thank you, Tracy, and congratulations again, Nick. So this is the end of our culinary webinar. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today, those who also registered to be able to get the replay link. We see you as well. Well, unfortunately, we know you couldn't be here to join us to win a prize, but you will still get the knowledge and the training to be able to sell St. Lucia more confidently and to recommend St. Lucia to your clients. So thank you for always taking the time out to be with us. Thank you to our hotel partners, to Tracy, Jade, and Fiona for also being here this afternoon to tell us all about the amazing culinary experiences that their resort has to offer on island. And we look forward to seeing you on the next one. So thank you guys. Enjoy the lovely bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.